Hey, this is Richard with a review of the Lodge at Presidio, a unique and much-loved hotel inside San Francisco's Presidio National Park. The Presidio is a 40-acre spread in the northwest corner of the city, overlooking the bay and the Golden Gate Bridge. It was a U.S. Army post for more than 150 years before it was converted into a national park in the early 1990s. One of the former barracks along Montgomery Street was repurposed into the Lodge, a 42-room boutique hotel that opened its doors in 2018. The Lodge is one of two hotels in the Presidio. The other one is the Inn, which opened in 2012 and is located about a 10-minute walk to the south from the Lodge. The Lodge has become a popular hotel since opening, so popular that its rooms tend to book up weeks, if not months, in advance. Prices range from the mid-400s a night for a small room with a queen bed to almost $1,000 a night for a queen suite. The rooms vary considerably in size and layout. Almost no two are exactly alike. We booked 4 nights online a couple of months in advance of our trip. The bill for a standard king room came to $2,517 for an average of $542 a night. Like most visitors to San Francisco, we came up from the south, which meant a long drive through the city with lots of lights and traffic. It'll take you 45 minutes from San Francisco Airport and close to an hour from Oakland Airport. Coming in from the north over the Golden Gate Bridge is a much easier trip. The Lodge overlooks the main parade lawn on the east side of the Presidio near the Visitors Center. It's an area busy with pedestrians, bicyclists, and driverless Waymos, so exercise caution when driving in. The hotel has several parking spaces in front for loading and offloading luggage. You'll park there to check in. There are no valets. If you have too much luggage to carry, you can grab a cart in the lobby and use the ramp on the side of the porch to bring your stuff in. After that, parking is available in the lot across the street for only $13 a night. Your car will be registered automatically. No need for a placard and no worries about being towed. The parking lot has plenty of spaces. However, it does tend to fill up on the weekend. If you were to go somewhere on a Saturday morning and return in the middle of the day, you might have to circle a while to find a space. During the week, it's not a problem. The Lodge itself is a long brick building with a pitched red tile roof and a porch along its front side. The porch is stocked with rocking chairs and is a relaxing spot to hang out on and watch the action in the park across the street. Inside the Lodge is a spacious and quiet lobby with several sitting areas. Public spaces throughout the building are decorated with photos of the place when it was an army barracks. The backside of the lobby opens up onto a courtyard with a fire pit and a great view of the Golden Gate Bridge. Access to the second and third floors is provided by a couple of elevators and a central staircase. Our first stop was room 305, a top-floor room located on the other end of the hall from the elevators. It had a unique layout, starting with a long hallway that led past the bathroom and into the compact, tastefully decorated bedroom, dominated by a comfortable king-sized bed. The 3 windows high on the wall provided natural light and a partial view of the park and the Walt Disney Museum next door. In-room amenities included a well-stocked Nespresso machine that was easy to operate, and a mini fridge with soda and wine for sale, and enough room left over for some of your own food and drinks. Inside the closet, you'll find a couple of comfortable robes. The desk had a flat-screen TV and a charger for our devices, and there's also a wireless charger at the bedside. The bathroom was spacious, with 2 sinks, lots of counter space, and a tub-shower combination. The temperature in our room was comfortable during our stay. Unlike the inn, the Lodge has air conditioning in all the rooms. You might not need it most of the year, but it's nice to have it on days that are unseasonably warm. The room was quiet the first couple of nights. With the bedroom set far from the door, hallway noise was not noticeable, and having a top floor room, we weren't bothered by the noises of people tromping around above us. However, on the third night, a couple with a couple of young children moved in the room adjacent to us, and someone, presumably the kids, started thumping and clunking around very early in the morning. Even though we only had one more night in our stay, we decided to request another room. The man at the front desk was able to accommodate us. He asked us to pack up our luggage and leave it in the room, and a valet would come and move it into the new room. So that's what we did. We went out for a while, and when we returned, all our luggage was set up in our new room. Room number 201 on the second floor at the end of the hallway on the northwest side of the building, far from the elevators. This room had a markedly different layout than our third floor room. It was a conventional high-ceilinged box with no entry hallway. The bathroom was similar, with ample counter space and a tub shower combination. The biggest bonus of this room was the terrific view it offered of the Golden Gate Bridge. We were able to see the bridge in different lights at different times of the day and watch the fog come in at dusk over the hills of Marin County. The room was very quiet for the one night we stayed there. Between that and the great views, I would say I preferred room 201 to room 305. Breakfast is included in the room rate. It takes place from 7 to 10 during the week, 7 to 11 on weekends, in the spacious, light-filled dining room just past the check-in desk. Seating options include 2 and 4 top tables and seats along the counter looking out on the parade grounds. Large groups can push tables together. I thought the breakfast was decent. Options included oatmeal, hard-boiled eggs, dry cereal and milk, Greek yogurt with fruit, baked goods, bread, jelly, and honey, plus self-serve coffee, tea, orange juice, and grapefruit juice. Many of the options are suitable for gluten-free diners. Unfortunately, there were no made-to-order options like waffles, pancakes, and eggs. Breakfast was busy during our stay, but we were able to find a table each morning. When it filled up, I saw some people taking their food out to seats in the lobby. The wine reception takes place in the same dining room every evening between 5 and 7. We went a couple of times and found that it wasn't nearly as crowded as breakfast. The food consists of typical charcuterie fare, like cold cuts, cheese, grapes, nuts, bread, and crackers. The California wines on offer included selections from Josh Cellars and Klein Family Cellars, and there were non-alcoholic options like sparkling lemonade. You can cobble together a decent meal there, albeit one lacking in vegetables. It's an attractive option if you don't want to eat out or if you're eating out late and need something to tie you over. Beyond the lodge, the Presidio is home to several restaurants, most notably the highly rated Delita and its inventive spins on Mediterranean cuisine. For instance, they make a layered baklava with pistachio cream and raspberry that looks nothing like the phyllo dough and honey blocks you commonly see at restaurants of this genre. We ate at Delita our first night. It's not cheap, but worth it for the quality of the food and the proximity to the lodge. You can walk there in about 2 minutes. Be sure to make reservations well in advance, like maybe the same time you book the hotel, as tables fill up quickly. Other dining options include the Italian restaurant Presidio near the east entrance of the park. It's about a 15-minute walk or a 5-minute bike ride from the lodge. I recommend the house-made pasta dishes and the pizza. Colibri Mexican Bistro is just a 5-minute walk south of the lodge, near the inn. It's a high-end Mexican place with seafood and steaks. Finally, the more casual Il Parco at the Visitors Center offers pizza, pastries, and coffee. On Saturdays, many food trucks congregate at the park. We kind of stumbled upon this without knowing about it in advance. I was impressed with the variety of food on offer and the reasonable prices. Definitely take advantage if you're staying on a Saturday. There usually are a few trucks there on Sunday and one or two trucks during the week. One of the great things about the lodge is the wealth of activities available just outside your doorstep. Bike riding is a must. The lodge has bikes for use, free of charge, and there are lots of rentable e-bikes at the visitors center. The e-bikes provide an assist when pedaling, which really helps navigate the hilly terrain in and around the Presidio. The park offers some good rides, and if you're feeling sprightly, you can easily pedal across the Golden Gate Bridge and into Marin County. Just be aware that it gets windy on the bridge and cold enough to freeze your ears and hands, so consider bringing along a hat and gloves. Guests at the lodge get complimentary passes to the Presidio YMCA, located a 10-minute walk to the east. It's a good-sized gym with a basketball court, pool, and weights, though it does get crowded in the evening. There are lots of walking trails near the hotel. Closest are the Presidio Tunnel Tops, a park built over the 101 highway tunnel. Just know it gets very crowded on the weekend. On the south end of the Presidio are some nice shaded walks through groves of towering, fragrant eucalyptus trees, most prominent among them the Lover's Lane Pathway. The Visitor Center offers interesting displays on the history of the area and its flora and fauna. Next door to the lodge is the aforementioned Walt Disney Museum. Tickets are about $25 and you must buy them in advance. George Lucas's Lucasfilm Company has an office on the northeast edge of the park with some cool Star Wars memorabilia on display in the lobby. Just outside the office entrance stands the Yoda statue, a favorite spot for pictures. Finally, there are lots of sites within driving distance of the hotel. Golden Gate Bridge is just minutes away. The picturesque town of Sausalito is not much further. The nearby Presidio and Pacific Heights neighborhoods are charming and filled with interesting architecture, some good restaurants, and attractions like the Lion Street Steps. Chinatown, Union Square, Fisherman's Wharf, the Embarcadero, the ferry building, and the cable cars are all easily reachable by car. Just make sure you scout for parking options before you leave. Of course, between Waymo, Uber, and Lyft, you don't need a car to enjoy a stay here. In summary, we enjoyed our time at the lodge. While the rooms are modest in size, they were clean and well appointed. Staff was friendly and responsive. The breakfast and evening wine reception were decent, and parking was convenient and inexpensive. But I think the best thing about the lodge is its location. You've got this huge park right outside your front door with lots of recreational activities, some good restaurants, and great views. Last time I was in San Francisco, I stayed at another highly rated hotel in the area, the Hotel Driscoll in Pacific Heights. There are some similarities between the two hotels. The Driscoll has a much better breakfast and wine reception and free parking. However, the Driscoll room was small and the price was quite a bit higher than those at the lodge. As much as I enjoyed the Driscoll, in the end, I would say you get more bang for your buck at the lodge. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.